Alright, listen up. The streets are buzzing right now, and everyone is talking about the same thing. Lil Nas X. You know, the guy who rose to fame with Old Town Road, broke records, made waves in the culture, and always managed to stay relevant. But this time, it's not about his music performances or bold fashion choices. This time, he found himself in the back of a police car, and now people are wondering if the pressures of fame have finally caught up to him. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. Reports indicate that Lil Nas X was arrested for misdemeanor battery against a police officer. Just think about that for a moment. This is a man who has been gracing award shows, headlining events, and wearing designer clothes, yet he ended up in a situation where he allegedly got physical, or at least caused enough trouble for the police to press charges. They say he's being held without bail, which suggests this isn't just a quick overnight stay. They aren't letting him go easily, but here's where it gets even more interesting. This incident occurred around 4 in the morning in LA, which is already a sketchy time. Everyone knows that nothing good happens at that hour. Rumor has it he was seen walking around in public, wearing nothing but his underwear and cowboy boots. Cowboy boots. That's quintessential Lil Nas X, but it also hints at something deeper. He wasn't just out there for a fashion statement. Something seemed off. So, imagine this. It's early morning, LA is still waking up, the streets are quiet, and suddenly you spot this Grammy-winning artist stumbling around in just his boots and underwear. People start pulling out their phones, whispering and recording. Some thought it might be a publicity stunt, like he was filming a video or trying to go viral again. But no, reports say he was completely out of control, and when the police arrived to check on him, he charged at them. Not walked up, not argued, charged. That's when everything changed. The police aren't going to let anyone rush them, especially in a place like LA where there are cameras everywhere. They had to restrain him, and as a result, he was charged with misdemeanor battery. But what happened next is even more serious. He ended up in the hospital due to a possible overdose. This is where the story takes a darker turn. We're not just talking about a wild night anymore. We're looking at someone who might be struggling with personal issues beneath all the wealth, fame, and attention. That's the reality of Hollywood. People assume these artists are just living the dream, luxurious homes, expensive jewelry, private jets. But what they don't see are the nights when the pressure of fame becomes overwhelming. The constant demand to perform, to surprise the world, to stay relevant. It all builds up and can sometimes lead to a breakdown. Lil Nas X has been challenging norms since the start, from stirring up the internet to provoking discussions with his music videos. But now, it seems like that pressure might have finally taken its toll. Consider this. Lil Nas X was just a kid a few years back, new to the scene, skyrocketing to fame with a song that surprised everyone with its success. He became a superstar almost overnight, transitioning from obscurity to being one of the most talked about and controversial artists globally. That kind of rapid change is intense. Everyone is pulling at him. Record labels, fans, brands, social media, critics, blogs. It's easy to get lost in all that chaos. Sometimes, the only way to cope is to spiral out of control. Now, the fact that the police have stated he is being held without bail indicates that this is serious. This isn't just a simple case of being drunk and disorderly that they can laugh off and release him. No, they're treating this matter seriously. This suggests that the evidence, reports, and witness statements revealed something significant enough for the authorities to decide to keep him in custody. The overdose aspect is what really caught people's attention. If it's true that Lil Nas X actually overdosed that night, it shows that this isn't just a random incident. We might be witnessing someone grappling with addiction, or at least experimenting with substances that put him in a dangerous position. It's alarming because this isn't the first time we've seen artists go down this path. Hollywood is filled with cautionary tales, from Whitney Houston to Amy Winehouse to Juice WRLD to Mac Miller. Despite all their talent and influence, when personal struggles arise, the industry doesn't always safeguard its stars. Fans have been reacting wildly online. Some are expressing concern and sending love, saying pray for Lil Nas X, while others are making jokes and memes about him running around in boots and underwear. That's just how the internet works, quick to laugh without grasping the deeper pain behind the situation. However, if you take a closer look, it becomes clear that this isn't really a laughing matter. This is a young man facing a pivotal moment in his life. People often forget that Lil Nas X has been open about his struggles with identity, depression, and the impact of fame. He entered the industry with a sense of humor, but beneath that facade was someone carrying a heavy burden. When you consider the recent events, the battery charge, the chaotic night, the hospital visit, it tells a story that's more about seeking help than chasing attention. The harsh reality is that the police don't care about your fame. Whether you're Lil Nas X or any other celebrity, if you confront an officer or act aggressively, the consequences will follow. Fame doesn't provide protection. In fact, it often amplifies the scrutiny, making you a target for public judgment during your lowest moments. So what's next for Lil Nas X? This could be a turning point that leads him to make positive changes, or it could mark the start of a darker path. If he seeks help, gets sober, and regains his focus, he has the potential to recover. We've seen similar stories with artists like Demi Lovato, who faced public struggles, but managed to rebuild their lives. Conversely, if he continues to spiral, the industry may consume him, and the fans who once supported him could turn into spectators of his downfall. There's also a deeper symbolism at play. Cowboy boots and underwear at 4 a.m. might seem amusing at first glance, but it represents a state of being stripped bare, exposed and vulnerable, desperately trying to maintain some semblance of self while everything else crumbles. That's not just a stunt, it's a plea for help. This situation also raises important questions about how we treat our stars. People love to celebrate them, stream their music, and follow their lives, but when they struggle, the same audience that cheer them on often laughs at their misfortunes. The same individuals who advocate for mental health awareness can quickly turn around and mock someone in distress. This double standard is damaging to artists. Right now, Lil Nas X is in a cell without bail, likely replaying that night in his mind repeatedly. If he is indeed dealing with the aftermath of an overdose, he's facing physical and emotional challenges that are not easily overcome. What's astonishing is that all of this happened in LA, a city where stars often crash and burn. It's the same place where you witness celebrities overdosing, getting arrested, and losing themselves as the city thrives on chaos. Hollywood doesn't care about your well-being, it cares about your narrative. Right now, Lil Nas X's story has taken a new turn, one that's darker, heavier, and much more genuine than the sensational headlines suggest. Let's be honest, Lil Nas X has always been a divisive figure. Some people adore him, while others can't stand him. Some view him as a genius, while others think he's just provoking a reaction. But no matter your opinion, situations like this compel everyone to recognize the human aspect. When you strip away the fame and the headlines, you see a 25-year-old young man grappling with issues beyond his control. The public is paying attention now. Fans are eager to see if this serves as a wake-up call or if it's merely the beginning of more troubling news. The system has him detained without bail, but the true confinement isn't the jail cell. It's the internal struggles he faces, the pain that led him to be out on the streets at 4 a.m. with nothing but boots and underwear. So now we must consider, is this the beginning of Lil Nas X's downfall? Or is it the moment he confronts his reality, seeks help, and finds a way to rise above? History offers two paths for artists like him. They either become cautionary tales or inspiring comeback stories. At this moment, it's up to him to decide which path he will take. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.